About 5 weeks ago now, I fell off my bike. I carried on running, thinking nothing of it other than a bit of bruising, and then 2 weeks after that initial impact, I aggravated some of the tendons in my hip flexor area from compensating from that initial fall. Long story short, the last few weeks have looked a little bit different for me. I've had probably about a month off now of interrupted training, but in this video, I will take you on the first few runs back and also go through some of my ambitious goals going into the second half of the year, including Valencia Marathon in December. But before that, I have the Saucony London 10K in 2 weeks time and the Essex 5K Championships in 5 weeks time, where I'm hoping 14:30 is not going to be off the cards. But let's find out how much fitness have I lost. Enjoy the vlog. Cheers. We are back in business. Today I've got my first session back, 4 by 1200 meters at LT1. Whipped out a pair of carbons. First time running in carbons in about a month's time. Going for the Cielos today. Haven't worn these since the Hackney Half Marathon. They felt pretty good then, but to be honest, I put them in the box after that and then I haven't ran in them since. Today's the first session back. Just some LT1 today, which is light threshold work. Nothing too sexy just yet, but in today's video, I'm going to go through all of my goals for the rest of the year, my races. But first, here's a look at my first run back. You are not going to believe this. Ben is running. Hasn't run in 2 weeks. Well, it'll have been 2 weeks tomorrow, but today I am going out to test my hip. The good news is I got an MRI last week and that came back all clear, and my osteopath Kathleen has given me the all clear to start with a 10-minute run. So I've chosen the hottest day of the year. I'm melting! To get that done. It is 27 degrees and it's 9 o'clock. Gonna need one of these on this morning, protect me noggin. Right, here we go. Wish me luck. And away. First kilometre, a blistering 4:49. Not feeling any discomfort, which I'm happy about. Gonna just do a little bit more, turn around and go back. Seems a bit pointless really, but that's what I've been told to do. Build it back slowly, and then I'm gonna head out on my bike and enjoy some of this beautiful weather. There we go. 10 minutes of running. That was about as exciting as watching the England game last night. A 0-0 draw, 2 kilometres, no serious pain, which is good. Maybe a little of 1, 2 out of 10 awareness, but I don't know if that's just in my head. It's crazy how a fall off a bike can have such an impact. Yeah, I said it's about 4 weeks now since I fell off, and it's still sore. So yeah, that's bone bruising for you. The MRI I had basically just highlighted a white area of fluid buildup and bruising on the affected side. 2 hours later. Now. Woo, there we go. Just finished what was my first session on Zwift, set by my cycling coach. I recently linked up with former professional cyclist Matt Rowe, who has a coaching company. This is all through Zwift and my training for Etap in July. In just under a month's time, I'm literally taking on a stage of the Tour de France. Zwift have challenged me to take on the Etap de Tour de France, 170 kilometers, 5,400 meters of elevation. One of the hardest one-stage events in the world. As somebody who's pretty new to cycling, I might be screwed. Tonight I was doing a zone 2 workout, but with minute spikes in zone 5, but at 50 RPE. So if you're a cyclist, you'll know what that means, but it basically is very low cadence cycling, but at a really high power output for me anyway, which basically puts more strain on the muscles. So it's more of a muscular fatigue than a cardiovascular fatigue, which supposedly is going to help me get up the climbs in France in about a month's time. So yeah, exciting to take on a new stage of my training. Ultimately, I cycle to become a better runner. That is always going to be the case, or it certainly is at the moment. I can't see that changing. As much as I am loving my cycling, I'm only doing it to become a faster runner. So I'm not somebody who can run 100 miles a week, week in, week out, and get away with it. You've seen how injury prone I am, but yeah, hoping this cycling is going to lead to some big results come sort of the end of the year and hopefully around August time when I'm planning to be back racing my coach, which is a story for another day.
The next day.
Yesterday, I ran for 10 minutes. Today, we are up in the ante and we're going for a whopping 15 minutes to the gym. I'm going to do a gym workout and then run back. So 30 minutes of running in total. Jeez. Come on, get out of there. Hey. But first, we've got to have ourselves a coffee. Check this out. So my coffee machine does cold brew. That is extremely welcomed in this current climate. I also put my glass in the freezer because I'm an absolute legend. Right, here we go. The only issue is, it takes about 20 minutes.
One eternity later.
There we go. Made it to the gym. Time to get swole. That's a lot. Nice and simple. Run home. This is how hot it is in the UK. The pavement is literally melting. That is crazy. It's like sticky underfoot. 30 minutes of gym done. That is literally all it takes, but you'd be surprised when I'm in a good flow of training, the last thing I want to do is go to the gym, smash up my legs, because I know now the next few days are going to be sore. That's why I think strength training for runners is so hard, because we need it, but at the same time it just makes running feel complete. I'm just jogging 15 minutes home, and then I've done 30 minutes for the day. 10 minutes yesterday, 30 minutes today. That's progress. Woo. Another 15 minutes of running. What a hero. Woo. Might be too hot. Day 3 of the rebuild, and today I am taking something very special out for its first run. This is a piece of merchandise that Meg and I have designed over the last few months. Here we go, the next round of merch that Meg and I have co-designed.
We have, yeah.
Here it is.
Way.
This is a medium, and on the front it says BIR Run Club. First look, what do you think? This nice little rubberized logo here says BIR Run Club. I'm about to go for 10 kilometers. I've waited literally until the last bit of sunlight. It's 9 o'clock. It's been 35 degrees today, but hopefully it's cooled down a little bit. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 30 degrees Celsius.
30 degrees at 9 o'clock. I mean, I'm going to have to go at some point, aren't I? I am on day 3 of the return to run. So far, touch wood, everything's gone really well. Feels really good to get out running. I think when you have any period of time off, it makes you really appreciate when you get back into things. But yeah, keeping things nice and easy tonight. Today was 35 degrees, so I've literally waited until the latest possible time to go for this run. It's now 9 o'clock and it's still 30 degrees, so yeah, it's a warm one. Also the first run in this new t-shirt. It says there, BIR Run Club, something that Meg and I have both been working on probably for about a month, if not 2 now. First bit of running apparel, and yeah, really happy with how it's turned out. It feels so cool to be able to wear a piece of clothing that you and your girlfriend have designed, seeing it come to life. We've had multiple samples and a few adjustments along the way to the design, things like the logo placement, what the logo is made out of. So we've gone for like a rubberized design, and yeah, we're both really happy with it. Whew, it's still bloody hot. Today's session is probably about a week back into my running, and thankfully, touch wood, so far so good. Yeah, long story short, my hip has responded really well to the strength and conditioning I've been doing in the gym. I think I've done about 3 sessions now, maybe 4, and yeah, basically running back to pain-free. A little bit of awareness in the hip, but nothing too concerning. So yeah, I really dodged a bullet there. I feel like I'm a much better athlete now at recognizing the little things and nipping them in the bud before they develop into the bigger injuries that set you back for months. So thankfully, I've only been out for about 3 weeks, and with the cycling I've been doing, I feel like I've been able to keep up my fitness, haven't lost much. It's just that resilience to running that I am missing now from the training. Need to build things back slowly. That's one mistake I see a lot of beginner runners do, is when they have an injury, they want to build back and hit paces straight away. And unfortunately, that's often a recipe for, little relapses. So today I'm just going to keep things nice and steady, aim for around 3:35 per kilometre for my LT1 this morning, which is pretty tame considering my marathon pace is around 3:20. I just want to keep things nice and easy, tick today's session off, get through it without any setbacks, and then I can look to do some faster intervals towards the end of this week. So so far so good. You may have noticed also I'm repping a new vest top today. I recently have signed as a new Fly Carb ambassador. I've been using their bicarb now for about 3 or 4 months. A really good product and run by 2 lovely guys, Jack and Josh. So it's cool to represent a fairly local brand from the Cambridge area, and I'll be representing them throughout my races, hopefully in a few weeks' time. Talking of races, first one back is going to be the Saucony London 10K. Managed to get a place through Sports Direct, so looking forward to that. Doing that with my sister and my mum as well, which is going to be a nice little family day out. And then in 4.5 weeks' time, I have the Essex 5K Championships, where I'm aiming to be back in PB shape and hopefully competing for an Essex podium, at least in the top 3 on the Essex side of things. I'm hoping that 14:30 is going to be possible if I can get back into some good intervals in the next few weeks. We'll see though. Not going to rush the process, but that's kind of where my head's at. 4.5 weeks to get super 5K specific and hopefully compete for an Essex title. 4 by 1200 meters, back into sessions, happy days. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Back running somewhat quick. Woo! I'm going to play a little game with myself here now, just to keep things interesting. I do this quite a lot, to be honest. That rep was a second faster than rep number 2. In rep number 3, I'm going to try and go 3:36, then finish with a 3:35. Nice 1 second progression throughout. Can he do it? Let's find out. Makes absolutely no difference to the session, but I like to do it just to, keep the mind focused, you know? Sometimes you have all these things floating around, distractions. If you can just focus on one arbitrary number, like I do for this next rep, you can just really dial in and get the focus that you need sometimes for these type of boring solo sessions. So yes, next rep, 3:36. You heard it here first. 3:37, darn it! He's f***ed it by 1 second. One more rep to go. Last one, 3:35 is the goal, come on. Nice and controlled. Breathing's all good. Legs feel a little bit sore from a gym session, but we're getting it done. Rep number 4, 3:33. There we go. First session back done. Did it feel easy? Not really, but did I get it done? 100%. I'm happy with that. 3:38 for the first one, down to 3:33, which isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Heart rate was in a good place. First session back, hopefully we can build on from there. No hip pain, which is the main thing. I'm back from my run, and all things considered, I'm really happy with that first session back. I have no pain, and thankfully the strength work I've been doing has been really good in terms of I'm basically back to running pain-free. I'm very conscious as well at the moment that I have taken about a month off, so I don't want to rush things, but at the same time I do have a few races coming up that I would like to be in half decent shape. I reckon come the Saucony 10K, I should be in around 32 minutes, maybe 31:30 shape. And then for the 5K, I'm hoping that with another 4 weeks of interval training and a little bit of a taper, I should be back close to around 14:30, which is my PB, but only time will tell. I just wanted to touch as well on a few of the sort of bigger races I have coming up towards the end of the year. So in September, actually on my birthday, I'm going to be doing the Cardiff 10K. which is going to be my next sort of sub 30 attempt. My current PB is 30.06, so I'm really hoping that if I can get back into training, find that consistency, which I think is the key to success with any distance in running, then sub 30 is definitely on. And then after that race, I'll be transitioning back towards the longer stuff, which is where Valencia comes in. So I'll be doing the Valencia half marathon in October, aiming for around 64:30, maybe even sub 64. That just seems crazy at the moment. So I feel like I have goals in my mind, but I need to obviously build back slowly into training, and then we can sort of go through the process of setting these bigger goals. So that will be a really exciting event for the second half of the year. Then I go away for a month in Spain. I'm going back to Santa Pola. If you followed the channel for a little while, or at least the last year, I spent the whole of February training with 2 elite runners out in Spain, and it ultimately led to me running 64:50 at the Berlin Half Marathon. So that worked. We're basically doing another training camp, 5 weeks, I believe, in Spain in November time, and then we come to the big race of the year for me, which is the Valencia Marathon on the 6th of December. My goal for that race is to go sub 220 for the first time as a bit of a minimum, to be honest with you. I've ran 223, but I am more than capable now of going sub 220 based off where I'm at in terms of those half marathon results earlier in the year. If you put those results into like a VDOT calculator, they equate to around 215, 216 for the marathon, which is probably going to be a little bit ambitious come Valencia. So that's where my head is at the moment. Some immediate goals for the upcoming races, which I think are going to be a bit more like rust busters, getting back into things, racing those races with the fitness I have at the time. And then, as of August, I will be into sort of more marathon, long distance training with all my eggs kind of in that Valencia basket for both the half and the marathon. So I'm really looking forward to the second half of the year. Some really exciting things. And I look forward to sort of documenting the process as I work down towards that sort of 2:15 range for the marathon. My coach Victor is going to be going even quicker, or aiming for even faster, and I will be training with a German runner who has already run 2:12, 2:14 for the marathon. So it's going to be a very exciting training camp. Lots to look forward to. I just need to make sure now in the next few weeks I'm building that strong foundation so that, these ambitious goals I have can ultimately become a reality in terms of being actually able to put in the training required to get in that sort of shape, which I am confident that I can do. I just need to, find that secret recipe for consistency, and then hopefully everything else clicks into place. But that's a little bit of an update from me. I'm looking forward to getting into some faster stuff next week. Thanks for tuning in. Injuries are always a little bit funny here on the channel in terms of how much do I document them? Are they interesting? So I hope you found some value from today's vlog. But until next time, aspire to run, run to inspire, check out the merch, and we will see you again soon. Cheers.